Welcome back. I hope you've watched the first 3 parts of our crocheted crocheted bag project to make this slouch bag. And as I've mentioned in the demonstration, the method for making this bag will also make a beanie, but it also makes quite a nice little bag. Now this is obviously smaller than the large example I've got, but I just want to show you that it makes quite a nice stretchy bag. It's not too stretchy, but it's enough that if you've got odd shaped things in there, it doesn't distort the bag too much. So we've got leather handles on this one, and they are quite simply sewn on with extra strong button thread, and there's a band on the inside to prevent it distorting too much, and also so you can add your split rings even. So this is just a piece of upholstery leather that I picked up, I think probably from a car boot sale. It's nice and supple, and you can either cut your leather with scissors or a craft knife, or if you've got a rotary cutter, it slices through it beautifully. So you don't need any special equipment really to make this bag. I do have, the one thing that I do have is a tiny leather punch, which is very handy. So I've cut myself 2 straps, and I've cut myself 2 inner pieces. The straps and the inner pieces can be whatever length and width that you like. But what you will need to do is you'll need to mark out the stitch holes before you start, because trying to put a needle through a bit of unpunched leather is a bit of a nightmare. So as you can see, I've marked my stitch holes and I've curved off the ends of one strap. The easiest way I've found to do this is if you make yourself a template out of a bit of graph paper. Let's put that in the middle of the mat so you can see what I'm doing. So you know you've got it dead in the centre of your strap. You can mark it with a needle on those 4 points there. And then before you go any further, just take your small punch, or a needle tool if you don't have a small punch, and punch right through on those little puncture marks. And then go back through on the other side again, just to make sure your holes are punched all the way through. You don't want to make them too big because you don't want to split the leather, but if you haven't got a hole punch, a needle tool will do. And then just to round off the ends, find something that is the right diameter. So for this 2 centimetre wide strap, a penny piece is perfect. Trace around it with a craft knife. Don't try and cut all the way through it with a craft knife, because if you're not careful, you'll slip, and the fact that you're holding that penny in place with your fingers, you could cut the ends of your fingers off. But then once you've got that, most of that line, you can just trim it up properly with a pair of scissors. Just cut that. So you want to make those puncture marks on both ends of your strap, and also on both ends of your smaller inner piece. And then what's going to happen is your inner piece will be swayed side up, your strap will be swayed side down, and you'll overlap them like this. So grab your bag, decide how high you want your straps, grab a needle and thread, and I would suggest that you begin sewing into your inner strap just a couple of times to make sure that your thread doesn't your knotted thread doesn't go through the hole. Right, this is where it gets tricky. Place it inside the bag and sew through a stitch. Try and avoid sewing through a hole because that could give you undue stretch. And then just come up, from behind and back down, because we're going to have a cross pattern on here. Pull that tight, make sure your strap is perpendicular to the bag, and then pass that back down and come back up through that bottom hole. Once you've got that then locked into position, you can then go side to side on the inside and diagonal to diagonal on the outside. And I'd recommend that you stitch through your strap at least 3 times, maybe even up as far as 5 times, just to make sure that it is secure in there, because depending on the weight of what you're carrying in your bag, you don't really want your straps to come undone. And then just fasten it off on the inside with a couple of, I think they're called half hitches. I'm not great with my knots, I must admit. And trim it off. So once you've got one secured, check your strap on the inside, and in fact, let's just mark that position now. Oh, let's just try and put a knot in this piece of thread. And this is the point also, before you put the second strap on, if you want to put a split ring in there to hold your keys or to attach a purse, that's when you want to do it. Lay your inner securing strap straight along the lines of stitches, and then just pop that down there like so. Pop it up through, prop it up through the right hole in your strap. And again, before you carry on, just lay it flat and check that the ends of your strap line up on the correct line of crochet. And then secure it in exactly the same way. So there's one strap. And then to make sure that you get your other strap in the right place, if you count out stitches from here, so you can see where your half is, and then you grab your other strap, and you know that that other strap comes down to the bottom of the pink line of stitches, you can simply clip it in place with a couple of these sewing clips, or if you don't have a sewing clip, paper clips would do. So that way you get your straps perfectly positioned for a symmetrical bag. Now, I won't finish that because I haven't done the end of the strap, but the finished result will be nice, neat, symmetric straps at the same height around the bag. So I hope you like that project. Now this project, I would say this bag has taken me the equivalent of about 200 grams of yarn. This is what I have left over from the 6 balls that I used. So I would think that that's about 100 grams left. So yeah, I reckon about 200 grams of 200 grams of yarn. And these Stylecraft organic cotton balls, 50 gram balls, I think retail at £2.50. So you've got a really nice fashionable bag for a tenner. If you're going to make it smaller or if you're going to make it a beanie, you know, you've obviously got a lot less. And if you do it in multicolours, there's no reason why you can't make several bags from several colours of yarn in whatever style you like. But I do like an organic cotton. I do like working with cotton anyway because it's so much better for the planet. It's biodegradable. It's much kinder on your skin. The drape is so good on it. And this kind of yarn is perfect for some of the other demonstrations that we've done, crochet demonstrations, like the crocheted facial scrubbies, the crocheted dishcloths, everlasting dishcloths. Can't think what else I've done that's actually in crochet, but nice cotton yarn, nice cotton bag. That'll see you through the summer and the winter, and do it in any of 38 shades that you like. Thank you very much for watching. If you stayed with us this far, congratulations. I hope I didn't work too quickly. I hope I didn't explain it too badly, but once you get the hang of crocheting in the round and making a bag, it does become second nature. So join us again very, very soon. We've got lots more ideas and demonstrations coming up. In the meantime, keep safe and thank you very much for watching. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.